Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Sorry. Right. Look. Not in fleece wear. Had a bath. It's actually, I can't believe it, because about 3 days ago I almost died at a bus stop from hypothermia. And today I'm in a blouse. Do we call this a blouse shirt? Anyway, this flat is, I've had to turn the heat off. This flat is snuggly. It's ideal for me. So I'm literally in normal, I'm in normal wear, like a normal person would wear a shirt. I'm not in like an oodie, double fleeced. It's liberating, I can tell you. Right, good morning. Was just watching last night's You. Oh, so good. So that was last night and I was drinking red wine, not this morning. Good morning, Faye and Simon. Good morning, Jewel. I've got to get the kettle on, actually. Bear with me. I've had one cup and then I had a bath. I got all productive early. Having a bath is pretty productive for me. So there is if anybody's tuned in for the title question about eBay promotions work, it's coming. But I do like to waffle around a little bit and talk about life before I get to the main event. Sometimes I have to drink water and think, oh my God, it's like I was dying of thirst. I'm like, oh, thank God. I thought I was going to die of thirst. Morning, Babs. Morning, Catherine. Did you all have nice evenings? Good morning, Limelighty. Good morning. Is it Kleber or Club? Am I saying that right? I don't just want to go Kleber. Is it Kleber? Is that a French name? So, oh God, yeah, I feel like sometimes I just want to say, the thing is, I am a very dehydrated person. I'm quite dry in a lot of ways, but my skin's just literally falling off. I think I am dehydrated. Water just tastes like, oh. Right, get this kettle on. Right, might be a bit loud with the kettle, so apologies for that. Moaning Crispy, did you have a nice evening? Right, Lulu. So, hang on, I need to get the tea bag sorted out and sort this tea out, and then we'll chat. Yes. I've actually written something down. Oh, what can we do? Yeah, tell me in the chat, are you using any eBay promotions? Because that is what I'm going to talk about, eventually. Do they work for you? This is the amount of hair we're dealing with. This is what I'm talking about. It's probably going to be some hairdressers watching going, Jesus, please let me at that hair. Right. Right, we'll go and sit down, I think. Good morning, Kirsten. I was going to ask you a question there. Did you ever been to a boot this weekend? Not boot. Sure you were going somewhere awesome. Is it warmer today for you? Because I know it's been freezing because it's so warm. I'm in a shirt. I've had to turn the heat off. This flat is so gorgeously warm. I freaking love it. Oh, now my kettle's boiled. Hang on. I have to go and pour the water on. So, yeah, we will talk about, remind me if I don't get to it eventually, about eBay promotions. I just wrote down I was gonna show you some pickups. Got some sales going out, some general wiffle waffle. And let me just do it on my phone. Let me put the water on. Yeah, tell me, are you promoting anything? I do have a Connie studying in her room. She was like, don't shout at me, I've got a free first period, and I don't know when they started calling them periods over here and not classes, like we're in America. I said, so you've missed mentor. One day anyway. Oh, God, I'm going to get another email saying, Connie's been late a million times this term. And we know, well, we can't do anything. She's 18. She doesn't listen to us. Right. No, right. So sales have been pretty poor, to be honest. I'm not going to lie, this weekend, straight after I did the video that said, oh, my sales back on track, I literally the next day had a no sales day. So I was like, And it's been like pulling teeth this weekend, which is why I want to talk about promotions. Yeah, so has everybody had a quiet weekend on the sales front? What's really hard is trying to work out when you're not doing anything differently. I don't think it's probably, I'm sure it's probably not eBay. It could just be, like this towards the end of the month, people are skint. And I sell jewellery, it's not a necessity, is it? But you're always like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, Kirsten, I went to the boot yesterday. Much warmer, but not exactly hot. No, it's not a heat wave yet, but yes. I expect you'll be doing a video of what you got from the boot. Limelight, my daughter is the same, just can't get out of bed. Yeah. I think it's like, it's really difficult, isn't it? Because it's not her forte. That's not her area. But yeah, in other ways, like, she's so personable. She's bright enough, but she needs to put the effort in. You know what it's like. But if she's working one day, she does need to turn up on time. So it's something that they need to master. You can't just be late every day. That's really tricky. Simon and Faye, sales about half versus previous weekend for us. Maybe it is the time of the month then. Because you do a real range of stuff, don't you? Yeah, you're like, would you say you're everything sellers, or are you just homeware and clothing? Oh, for God, it's getting worse. Jewel, 2% on everything, natural promotion. It seems to do it automatically when I list. Yeah, maybe that you've set up the promotion to include everything in your shop in the marketing tab. I think it's marketing tab. And I haven't looked into changing it. Oh, sorry. Yeah, talking about two different things here. You mean, yeah, yes, sorry. 2% promoted. Yeah, I'm with you on everything. Yeah, the minimum that you can promote by. Sorry, when I was talking about promotions, can talk about that as well. I'd been thinking about extra marketing tools, like buy 3, get half free. What? Like, like you can do a discount, you can have 10% off, or if you buy, or you can have £10 off if you spend 50 quid, or, that marketing, promote that. So that's an extra promotion. I know we're talking about promoted listings, we can talk about that as well. Simon, just everything breakable. Nice. Not clothing anymore. Oh, because I know that Faye kind of dabbled back into it, didn't she? And you seem to be doing all right with it, but yeah, bored of that then. I know the returns rate is hideous on clothing, isn't it? Good morning, Leanne. Good morning, Kim. Welcome. Right, hang on, I've got to get my tea bag out, my tea. Yeah, going to talk about, let's talk about promotions straight away, and then at the end I'll show you my pickups and what's going out, because there isn't much going out. So yeah, carry on, let me know what you promote at. Do you offer any other promotions, like the buy one get one free type thing? 2 secs. Right. I can tell you what, I think I might have to look into one of those freaking Brita water filters, because I'm sick of my tea tasting like shite. I don't want another. There's enough shit on the sides as it is. But needs must. Right. Yeah, fade to choose some phrase. Well, it's natural. Everything gets boring. It all gets boring. You want to change it up. You want to try something different. Then you go, oh, I remember why I didn't like this. I'm going to drop it. And then you get tempted again. I can understand. Yeah, complete board of clothing. Yeah, so the thing is, like, you're gonna, like, some of you amazing people just don't use the promoted rate, and I am on 6% across the board at the moment, which I hate, but it seemed to make a real difference to my sales, and then obviously I got a no sales day. So but the promotions that I was talking about, I've been doing, so in the marketing tab, you can, as well as like promoting each listing, just having that kind of advanced or dynamic, like you can do a dynamic where it sets, you can put a cap on it, or you can say, yeah, just charge whatever you like, promoted listings every day for me and I will pay it. Oh, I wouldn't advise that. I'd always put a cap on it. But I'm talking about the other marketing promotions you can do. Well, that's what I was thinking about, but we can talk about anything. So this year I've done, actually, let me go into it and I'll tell you what I've done. Not this year, like since I rejoined eBay, opened the shop mid-November or mid-October? Mid-November, I believe, like 10th of November or something. So since then I had £10 off a £50 spend, and that was used. It doesn't tell me how many times it was used. It tells me, maybe if I clicked into it, it would, but it tells me that there's a rate there. I don't really understand that. I had £246.97 worth of sales through that. It's not particularly popular. I did a Twixmas order discount. I can't see the details of that. Like literally, that between Christmas and New Year. It's not showing me how much that was. Then I did £10 off a £50 spend again for New Year. No one used that. Oh yeah, no one used the Twixmas. And then the most recent one I did was literally I just stuck 10% off everything. They didn't have to do anything. They could just order and they were getting 10% off the price. So it was a bit like a sale, really. And I never find sales work for me. So those are the marketing. That's in the marketing promotions tab. So yeah, you can do discounts. You can do 2 for 1. You can do spend this, you'll get this. Coupons I've used as well, where you send things like Merry Twixmas and all of that. That was all coupons, and you can send them out in a newsletter. And some people were using them, and some people contacted me and said, right, how do I use this? Because I want to spend 50 quid and that sort of thing, but not many. Partly my thinking was, so on your shop as well, if you've got a shop, like you can have your featured items, and then there's a marketing banner. So if you've got something like that on, you can put it in there as well. So it's like something else on your shop, it's all to encourage people to buy stuff, isn't it? So it also appears on there. You can also send it out in a newsletter. But my main thinking one of my thinking was that if I'm using all of the tools eBay are giving me, they might push me up the rankings. I might get seen more. Well, yeah, they should. If they're comparing where to put me against somebody else, I've got a promotion they haven't, that's going to count for me. But, it's all like that, isn't it? But it's not really, and to be honest, I seem to get more problems than it's worth with people going, oh, how do I use this? And, oh, I've just ordered, but I wanted the £10 off. Oh, right, okay, it's not a problem. I will give you the discount anyway. And just people not being able to use it, or double using it, where you've got a discount on, they use that, and then you send them an offer and they're getting both. And it's just like, is this even working? So this morning I've ended the 10% off everything, because I've been doing, right, they can have 10% off automatically. When they buy it, they'll just get 10% off the asking price. I've also got best offer on, and I send out offers, But what I've been doing because the 10% off is already there, I'm just sending, when I send the offers out, I'm just sending 5%, but allowing them to come back with a counter offer so they could get more than 10%. So there's like a variety. But bizarrely, some people have gone with the 5% off offer, not just gone with a buy it at 10%, which shows that people don't read, little red writing that's on a listing. They don't read it all. There's too much information. People just they don't read descriptions. So sometimes I'm like, oh, you could have got more than that just by buying it. And it's just, yeah. So I'm like, to be honest, I have sent so many offers out this weekend and my sales have been dire that I've thought, I want to go back to just sending out. Standardly, I would send out a 10% offer. But I think usually I would send 10% off and I would not have offer back on. I would not leave the tick in for you can offer back to me. I think so. I've ended that campaign, and I think I am going to maybe leave. So somebody that I'm stalking at the moment, they don't have anything like that on, and they're doing well, and they've just got good prices. They do have free shipping, which I'm not doing anymore. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep it simple. I'm getting enough. My traffic's great. My views are great. I'm getting enough people watching stuff. I think I'm just going to go with because they're not reading it. I'm just going to send them the 10% and maybe leave the tick in. And if they come back with something that I can't accept, then I will. Because I've got best offer on, but there is a sort of lower level on all of my things of what I'll accept, just so that I don't get crap off, low ball offers coming through because I haven't got time for it. And actually, interestingly, sometimes I've got an offer through and thought, yeah, I'll accept that. And then when you go in to accept it, you review the offer, you say, oh, they did offer lower before that, but it was below what I wanted to accept on that. But then it encouraged them to put in another offer. So that's always good to see. So yeah, I'm going to go back to just sending offers without the promotions. Let me have a slur. Do you have more returns for clothing? Limelight. Yeah, definitely. Clothing resellers, God. I mean, I've got 3 returns open at the moment, 2 from the same person, rings, but all has changed mind. So, but I know with the clothing, a lot of them, is so many aspects where they could say, oh, that's not as described, to get a free label, and then you get a ding. It certainly puts me off clothing. I do the odd bit, but it's just a smidgen of what I sell. I definitely find, high returns of clothing. Kim, I'm getting sales in 2%. Yeah, it's so freaking hard, isn't it? When I then have a no sales down, I'm like, I'm on 6% promoted. What the frick am I doing? But then having said that, it doesn't always sell on promoted either. So the really big sales down I had the other day when somebody in Italy bought 8 rings, none of them were on promoted. So, if you were cynical, you could say eBay are always going to say it's promoted, but on that, no promotions. I didn't pay any promoted fee, so 0. So it's always a tricky one, isn't it? But I definitely am. Sometimes I do a search and see where I'm appearing on the search, and you can see from if you look at your percentages on your overview, your hub, your sales hub, you can see all your impressions. And even if you don't understand, oh God, what's the difference between an impression and a doodah, because I still forget, you want it in the green. If it's it's going up and you're getting lots of it, then it's in the right area. Jewel, okay, sorry, I've done a couple of markdown sales. Yeah, no, it's fine. No, talk about any kind of promotions. But only when I did a 50% off did it make a difference. Yeah, sales never seem to work for me. Couldn't be doing that for long. Well, no, that's the thing. It's also got to work, hasn't it? You want to encourage sales, but it's still got to be profitable. Otherwise, there's no point. Morning, Rosie. Mrs. A might pick up next weekend when a lot of people get paid. Yes. Fingers crossed. So, yeah, I'll show you my pickups, some of the pickups that I got this week, which I'm really tough with. in the middle of the tray. Yeah, just the recent ones. So some of this I've managed to get on already. I've got this. I've been going to antiques emporiums, and so that's where some of this came from. So this is like a Belcher Rolo, but it's a real chunky chain, Albert. What do we call it? An Albert, a pocket watch Albert chain with a little T-bar. Really, really nice. Very vintage. Now, this sort of thing, I do look at the Terapeak sourcing insights, and this sort of thing is recommended, and I am, but I probably paid, it's really tricky. I don't want to get like a scales out when I'm in somewhere and say, can I just weigh that? I want to know how much that weighs, because it does make a difference to what I can charge. And I probably, if I'd have known the weight, this is not as heavy as I was expecting, but it's so desirable and a bit unusual compared to the usual Albert chains that you see, that I might be able to get a decent price on style. Because I did get a discount, but I spent $87.50 in this one. I got this, gorgeous. I got this amazing modernist bangle, so it's all silver. That's just, you don't often see something like that. That's freaking gorgeous. This one's actually quite heavy, so that helps with, it's possible this will probably pay for everything. So everything's stamped. It's, lovely. I got those and these for $87.50. Yeah. And these are Carrick, like a silver jeweler that like does things in kind of Rennie Mackintosh style. So like Glasgow roses, little studs, absolutely lush. Silver stamped. But there's this one particular cabinet where I like his prices or her prices. So I got those. Then I got the rest, I think, was from a Chazza. Yes, it was. This, again, because I wasn't sure of the weight, paid too much for this. That was 20, sterling silver, T-bar. But what I might do, I don't think that T-bar really goes with this rope chain. So I may put that on a different chain, which will make it more attractive, and sell this separately. Then it will be profitable. Then it will be okay. I bought a few pairs of rings. I got a couple of pendants, which probably shouldn't have got. Paid £3 for this. It's a Mexican silver, abalone shell. I shouldn't probably have picked that up. And this one was 3 as well. Now this, I'm pretty sure, is silver, but it's not stamped, so I'm gonna have to test it. And then £3, that would be nice. And then, so at their special cabinet, I bought some more. So these were 12. So they're so desirable in the kind of Rennie Mackintosh design style. I thought I will take a punt on those, and they are Carrick, actually. They are CJL stamped, so they're freaking gorgeous. So should be able to sell for 25, and then that's kind of within my metrics of how I want to sell stuff. But then averaging out from the same place, I've given this a clean, gave all these bits a clean. It's only a slim ring, but they just had a hand, loads of rings, £2 each. I looked and I thought, that looks like silver to me. It was filthy, but got that for £2. So then it kind of evens out a bit. And then one of the lot of earrings, also these were also filthy. These were marked. They had them as 95, but a £5. But I've cleaned them up and they are amber. I've checked that they fluoresce. Oh, how gorgeous are they for a £5? That's absolutely fine. So yeah, some really nice pickups. I want to start. I can't remember who said it. Can't remember if it was somebody in the UK or what, but it might have been the Gentleman Marketeer. Might have been about, or James Bolfine's, about listing stuff within 48 hours of getting it in the door. Oh, hang on. Have I? Oh, all right then. Okay, I haven't quite managed that, but it was the weekend. I do take most of the weekend off. But I like that as a guide. I haven't got a stockpile anymore. I finished the stockpile of things to list last week, so I want to get the stuff in and get it on. It's not making any money if it's just sat there. And also I'm trying to balance the amount of money that's in the pot to spend on stock with selling it in time. It's really hard between keeping that balance. There's actually money in your account to pay bills. Yeah. Good morning, Campers. Good morning, Neil. Hope you're well. Oh, Rosie hit the like button, folks. Thank you so much. Neil, nice as a guide target, but I have death piles to maintain. Death piles work very well for some people. I know because Sarah resells, she's, especially now that she's working as well, she needs, it can be a comfort to have a death pile. So now she's not going to be able to source every day or just I'm going sourcing now because she might be working that day. A death pile is very useful in that respect because then if you've got a day you can list. I'm not against death piles. I just, for me, it's also, well, to be honest, I mean, I need everything listed because it's definitely a slower sell-through rate with jewellery. I need as much on. I need to try and get some money back so I can get more goods. So for me, that's going to be helpful to go, right, you can't be sitting on it, you've got to list it. Excuse me. Yeah. So, sales, what's going out? God, hardly anything. So I think there was a no sales day. Let me just check. Overview loop. Right, hang on. I've got an offer to send out. Let's trial it with, I'll do the 10%. What is that? Right, it's a lovely, really, really freaking chunky ring. It actually weighs 13.87 grams. So, okay, right, I'm going to send it's on at 40 best offer. I'm going to send 10% out, so 36, and I'm going to allow counter offers. Let's see what happens, see if my new strategy starts to pay off. Right, so going back to what happened last week. So literally the day after I had a great day and so I'm back on track. No sales. That was the Friday. Saturday turnover £108.20. And then yesterday turnover £25.50 and nothing so far today. So bobbins. Of course, I may have a death pile which is in 2 years old. Yeah. I don't know how you get away. But you still pick up good stuff that turns over all right, and then it's like the death pile. I don't know what your death pile's doing. It's just like a museum. One more thing here. So this running, and it is a ring. I think I can see it. Pretty sure it's this one. Literally 2 rings, 2 bracelets. But I am sort of moving away from rings. This one went for sold via promoted listing, but it's completely adjustable, which is quite handy. And power pearls this year are in. So 25 plus ship. Very happy with that, actually. When you get ring sales like that, I'm happy with it. It's just that they are slower sell-through rate. This is very nice. This band. Sorry, I'm making that very clear. This one. And this is very much my style, big fat band. That's not what I called it in the listing. Big fat band, fancy it? Now, how did they get that? It's gone for £20.90 plus, does it tell me, plus shipping? So there is an ad fee on that, at £1.72. Yeah, so that's another weird one. They didn't use 10% off, which you could have got just by buying it. I must have sent them 5% off, and they accepted that. What can you do? Right, so then 2 bracelets. Oh yeah, so the same person's bought these. So what I will do is send them together, and I will refund them the extra postage. I did that on those shirts, and the guy was very grateful and said, "Oh, you really didn't have to do that." And I thought, I can't. Like, he bought 3 shirts or something. I can't just pocket an extra £8 in postage. Like, even I can't do that. I just feel, well, that's just no. So I will refund the extra postage on that. So these are Lush. Now, so this one, quite weighty. What is this? 21.56 grams. It's sold for, so it went on promoted. It's sold for £50 plus shipping. Can't remember where I got it. This may have been in my stocks, my death pile, when I was clearing stuff out. Didn't know how to describe this. I described it in the end as puffed moon hearts. So I was just like, what is that? Anyway, it's sold, and they also bought this gorgeous Panther links, this is called. Got this recently from an antiques place, paid 12, and this has gone for 37 plus ship. So the and was that, yeah, that was why I promoted. Let me have a look over. Yeah, so they got the 10% off. So it was on at, looks like it was on at 37, so they got £3.70 off. Ad fee standard was £2.62. Transaction fees, so the other eBay stuff was £5.98. So that leaves, I haven't done the postage label yet. Take 3 off, so £24.70. Yeah, so about doubling my money on that, making about £12 on that bracelet. So very happy place for me. I would happily sell things for the £12 profit on lovely things like this that are simple to store, you know. If I could just find lovely things like this in antique shops, you know, emporium things. Happy. But that's it, but not enough of them. So what am I? Just have a look and write something down. Other, you know, some little waffle I will do at the end. Neil, I've been using DPD forever without problem. In January alone, they've lost 2 of my parcels. Oh, fuck's sake. Anyone else? Shall I go parcel force? Oh yeah, that's an interesting point, actually. So Royal Mail, you know, I said last on one of the videos recently that, like, he hadn't arrived, my postie, and so I had to rebook for collection for the next day. So obviously all this, well, not obviously, but my jewellery, I sent it 48-hour track, but I just put it in the box because I've got enough dispatch time on it now that it always gets scanned in time, and it will just go in the box because I can't be waiting in all day for the postman who didn't turn up on one day. And then so I scheduled it, and he turned up that day and had a very interesting chat with him. And I said, and he said, "Oh yeah, something about not being picked up." And I said, "Yeah, because this was due for pickup yesterday." I said, "And I was experiencing this before I moved. Like, sometimes I'd schedule a pickup with the Royal Mail and they just wouldn't come, and I'd think, have I not scheduled it correctly? Have I not pressed something?" And I'd always question myself. And as I thought, some days they just don't come. Like, that's the state of Royal Mail now. And he said to me, he's worked for Royal Mail for 35 years. And he said, yes, it was my day off. And he said, and if they can't cover it, they just don't cover it. Which I was like, so you schedule a pickup, and whether they turn up or not, I mean, that's like every type. That's like dealing with every, isn't it? I was like, God, and he let me know his day off this week. I said, thank you for that, because obviously then I know not to wait in all day on that day. I'll schedule a pickup because, and he said, yeah, today, for instance, because it's the day after he was off, he will not be delivering any letters. He's only doing like sign for parcels, packets. He said, no letters today. Wow, that's an insight into what's going on with Royal Mail at the moment. I was a bit like, why are we using Royal Mail? And it's, yeah, a bit peed off with that. But that's privatisation for you. Sorry, where were we? Yeah, some days they don't come. I have similar convos in my post. It's outrageous, isn't it? And the way they treat the older staff as well. I mean, it's been there 35 years, for heaven's sake. But obviously it's a business that's been taken over, and they just want to replace people like him with cheaper staff. Sign for only is common in some days. Yeah. Yeah, if you're not getting post, you're not getting any letters, just might be they're short staffed, so you don't get, so they just prioritise the extra paid for services, which is also, you're still paying for the postage on these other items. It's wrong. Actually, I'm going to wrap it up there because I'm going to do some listing. And we can all get on with our days. 35 minutes is enough for this time in the morning, isn't it? God alive. Still waking up. Yeah, thank you for joining me this morning. That was some reselling chat, wasn't it? Oh, hang on. I'll talk about that another day. I've just been listening to a very interesting video. Have a glorious week, everybody. Yes, thanks, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye, don't die.